Hi, welcome back to Rebecca's Travels. Today I'm going to do a hot or not video on Spain, so let's jump right into it. Now, Spain, again, is a country with, again, lots of different types of cities and resorts to go and visit. There's also the mainland in Spain, and there's also the Balearic Islands, which are Mallorca, Minorca, Ibiza, and there's the Formentora Island. There's also the Canary Islands, which are a group of islands just off the coast of Africa, and popular names are Tenerife, Lanzarote, Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria. There's also other islands there as well to go and visit. Also with the Canary Islands, you may be able to get a day trip going to Morocco if you fancy it. Again, with Ibiza, you can get a day trip to, like, on a boat to Formentora, which is another Balearic Islands, and again, there's lots of different Spanish airports where you can land at, such as Girona in the Costa Brava. Then there's Salou in Regis, Costa Dorada. Then there's Costa Blanca Airport, which is near Benidorm, and then there's Costa Almira Airport as well, which is called Almira Airport. Then there's Costa del Sol Airport, which is called Malaga, and to get to Costa Deluxe, which is the light coast in mainland Spain, you do have to travel to Faro Airport, which is in Portugal, but it's about an hour and a half's ride or so by coach to across the border to Spain and back. That way you'll be getting to see some, if you wanted to see some of Portugal's Algarve coast, and you could do, as well as the Spanish coastline as well. Again, as for cities, there's lots of towns and cities, especially in the mainland Spain, such as Barcelona, the capital, Madrid. Then you've got Santander, say, in the north of Spain, which is often classed as traditional Spain. And then there's also Seville, and again, lots of other cities. Again, there's lively resorts in Spain, such as in the mainland, Benalmádena, which is in the Costa del Sol, Malaga in the Costa del Sol, which is also lively. There's also Benidorm, and also Salou, and also Lorette, Demar and Kalela. But there's also a lot of quieter resorts in the mainland, such as Mahaka in Costa Almira, and again Raquettes de Mar, Costa Almira, and Huvia in Costa del Lux, or the Costa del Lux area of Spain, which is the night coast is a lot quieter, but around the region it really depends on your area, whether you go to the Costa Brava, which it has again a mixture of lively and less lively resorts. Also Costa Dorada does as well. Salou's a lively resort, but Cape Salou is like a lot quieter, and other smaller resorts in the Costa Brava. Also, when I'm talking about the Canary Islands, Playa Blanca and Costa de Kezi are quieter resorts in Lanzarote. There's only Porto del Carmen really, and that is the lively resort in Lanzarote. Most of the other resorts are generally low-key and quiet. Tenerife, Playa das Americas is the lively resort there, which I've been to, and again it's a beautiful resort to go and visit. But quieter resorts are like Los Cristianos and other smaller resorts in Tenerife. As from what I've been to or have read about, just say, there's also the Balearic Islands. Ibiza town is lively, as well as San Antonio, and that's again, both of those resorts are very lively in Ibiza. But quieter parts where we stayed was at Figueres, and Portanax in Ibiza is quiet, and there's a lot of other quieter resorts as well in Ibiza, such as say Escana. In Mallorca, Magaluf is obviously the most lively resort, but Alcudia, I would say the resort that we stayed in was also a very lively resort, but that's also very family orientated, Ibiza, as Magaluf is less family orientated, and is focused basically on adults having a great time on, say, a stag or a hen do, or just friends just generally going out and having a wild holiday, just say. But as for quieter resorts in Mallorca, there's the Port of Palencia, which is not far from Alcudia and Cala Picafor, which are quieter resorts in Spain if you're looking for quieter resort. That's in Mallorca, Spain. As for Minorca, is a lot more quieter than in general than Mallorca and Ibiza and some of the places in mainland Spain. Nevertheless, we stayed in the beautiful Calon Bosch, which did have like probably the odd nightclub and a few bars, but it's not like crazy nightlife plays such as say Lloret de Mar, Benidorm, Malaga for instance. But there are some fun pubs and bars to choose from. Also the bars in Minorca, in Cala and Bosch where I stayed has more of a relaxed atmosphere to them. There's again lots of other again quiet resorts like Cala and Fort Cat and lots of other quiet, but Minorca is generally a lot quieter than in general Ibiza and Mallorca, even though some resorts like Cala, say on Fort Cat and Cala and Bosch do have a few lively bars, but again not really to the extreme as other places in Spain for instance. As for accommodation, there's a wide choice of accommodation from different styles of hotels in Spain, and again whatever hotel I've stayed in Spain, or apartments for me has been to a good to excellent standard of accommodation for what you pay. I've stayed in 2-star hotels such as the Santa Monica in Calella de Costa, and that's a very nice basic family hotel. There's also the hotel that the Mirage that I stayed in Benidorm, that was just being done up at the time, so they were still building it, but even so it was fantastic because they upgraded us to all inclusive, which was absolutely amazing. And the rooms were like huge and big, and I've also been in some 3-star hotels as well, which have generally been to a good standard, such as the Indalo at Costa Almira, Mahaka, or Mahaka Beach. Again, it was a good standard hotel. Again, I've not had any complaints with any of the hotels that I've stayed in Spain in regards to food, because there's been a brilliant variety. One of the best hotels in Spain that I've stayed at is the Marti Hotel, or the Marti Santo Jupiter complex. My brother absolutely loved that holiday, and it was his favourite family holiday of all time, because they had the children's village and all these different clubs for different ages of children, right the way up to 17. Yes, it was fantastic, really. And again, I've had a range of activities in the hotels, for instance, as well, to do. I didn't really get bored. There would be only one thing though, if you did get bad weather in Spain, a lot of the activities such as like swimming pools are based outside, except for the Mirage in Benidorm that I've been in, and they were constructing an indoor pool as well as the outdoor pool. We only had the outdoor pool at the time, but it was warm enough anyway to go in that outdoor pool, which was fantastic. But they were building an indoor pool as well, but a lot of hotels would just have a lot of activities based outside, unless you probably went to say a city, then you may find say in a resort like or a city like Barcelona, quite a few things like museums and art galleries to go and visit inside for indoor activities. But again, if you're stuck in a small quiet resort, and again a lot of the activities such as on the beach, for instance, or just sunbathing, and if you did get bad weather in Spain, then you would be virtually chained to your hotel or apartments. Talking about apartments that I've stayed in, we stayed in some apartments in Salou, which again had a swimming pool. We didn't have a children's club, but it did have a swimming pool and like a shallow part of the pool for children, but they were like only 2-star apartments. However, the Rialto and the Lido complex, we was lucky that they were training all the entertainers up for the season, and we they basically put on a show for us every night, and it was fantastic. Again, like live cabaret shows in like most of the hotels, or singers, or like just different variety of entertainments that some hotels had, and also like Spanish dancing, flamenco pasodoble dancing, which some hotels had as well, and just discos all round. Some hotels they had the entertainment outside, such as the Marti Hotel at Santa and the Jupiter complex, with their like Brazilian dancers, and we got to also see the Four Tops. I mean the bands, the Four Tops, which were famous in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, which was absolutely fantastic, because I've never seen a live band or a live famous band before play. And I was 12 on that holiday, and again I was very excited, my parents were very excited as well. But again, there's like a lot of the hotels have lots of different types of entertainment, adult entertainment in the daytime and at night time, as well as children's entertainment in the day and night time. It really depends on your hotel, and sometimes they have tour operators clubs, or they'll have the hotel like Santa Monica or Marti, Santo and the Jupiter complex club to go and visit. Again, some hotels and apartments are not really geared towards families, some are more geared to adults, or say for instance older children. But again, if you read up on your resort and your hotel, then it will give you an idea of what the resort is like, and what your hotel or apartments. Again, in Spain, if you wanted to budget travel, then there's Hugh Hostels also available, and there's also campsites as well, if you prefer the outdoor life of a campsite, for instance. So again, there's a wide variety of like villas, bungalows, a variety of accommodation. It's again up to you what you choose to go and do. Again, if you're going on holiday, that your family is providing the accommodation out there for you, then obviously you just need to then get your flight, and obviously you could save money that way, because obviously you're not paying out for accommodation, you're just paying out for your flight. But it's really only rained once from what I can remember, or a couple of days on a 14-day holiday in Calella in Spain for the first couple of days in July time, or late June, July. But after that the weather was fantastic. Between 25 and 30 degrees. Again, with the Canary Islands, if you like that breeze, which it, don't get me wrong, is hot, but you also with the Canary Islands get that breeze as well. That's why a lot of people like to go to the Canary Islands, because they just like that breeze, because they just find it comfortable, because again some places such as Seville can get hot in the summer, and again it could be too much for some people, but again if you're not sure whether you'll like it in the summer, then you may be better to go around April or May, or maybe September or October, or you could go to, say, the Canary Islands all year round and you'll get that beautiful breeze, but it wouldn't be hot and humid like a lot of other countries, or say other parts of Spain. So as for flights, there's lots of flights going from UK airports, right from Glasgow to Heathrow, Birmingham, Newcastle, East Midlands, Bournemouth. So it really depends. You could basically, at your nearest airport, you could basically get a flight to Spain, because there's so many, and a lot of, say, larger airports like Manchester, Gatwick, Birmingham, I have like a range of days and flying times which you couldn't go to. So again, I would definitely recommend it if you haven't been, and you would just like to explore somewhere different, but again, the only thing that I would really say is make sure you do check up on your accommodation beforehand to make sure it is for you, because what for somebody might not be for somebody else, for instance. And also, if you're looking to hire a car on islands in Spain, it's more expensive than on the mainland. As for currency, it's the euro, again, if you want to exchange anything, then you'd probably be better to exchange it at the travel agents when you come back, rather than exchange it at the hotel, because you get a poor exchange rate. And a lot of trips include a free blanket trip for half a day to take you around the place and like the outskirts. There's also other different excursions to go on, and again, you can pre-book them before you with your travel agents before you go, or you can book them when you're at the resort, in your accommodation. That's if, at least if you're staying in a hotel or apartments, then you can pre-book them that way there. Again, you will get a rep that meets you at the airport to and from your resort, and on the coach. So I definitely say it would be a hot country to visit, because again, there's lots of sights to go and see in Spain, and lots of activities to do, whether you like say climbing a mountain in Alcudia, Mallorca, which I climbed, and it was fantastic and a really unbelievable experience. Or whether you like to just relax on the beach, or whether you like to play water sports. Again, golf is very popular also in Spain as well. So again, there's also if people like art and history, there's museums to visit as well, and water parks, and theme parks as well. There's 2 theme parks what I know of in mainland Spain, which is Port Ventura, which wasn't there when I was myself and my brother was children, or it might have gone up that year, but I couldn't remember again going to visit it, because I don't think it was there. Also, there I did get, when I went to Benetton, to visit Terra Mythica, which was a fabulous theme park, what I would say for families and adults. So yes, thank you for watching. In my opinion, overall, Spain's a hot country to go and visit, or a great place to go and visit, but it's again, it's just about getting the right resorts for yourself, or the right holiday for yourself. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next travel video, which is going to be about Greece, and it's going to be another hot or not video on Greece, to the places that I've been in Greece. So thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye for now.